Hello and welcome to another special Unsourced Wall unboxing. As part of this whole 4-week October Halloween themed spooky video month, I'm going to be looking at a couple of things that I had for a while but never really had the chance to really unbox and kind of go through. So we're looking at the recent NECA release of the Universal Monsters Frankenstein Color Edition, which comes in this really awesome retro themed box, which has, the original poster of the movie. And I like this one a lot. I mean, I've heard a lot of things about it, and I like the packaging. The black and white edition comes in like this really kind of bare bones, generic looking packaging. And this one, I love that it just captures the entire kind of look of the original poster. And it looks really just fun. It looks really, iconic. And that's what the poster is. It's really iconic. And the next thing we're looking at is this blind box item for Venom. It's a Venomized figure blind box. My friend got this for me for my birthday in May. I haven't unboxed it yet. I was waiting for, just basically the stuff I'm using right now to make new videos. And now that it's all up and running, I really want to crack this open. And I think Venom fits in with an October Halloween themed month, right? I mean, the movies are classified as horror movies, so I'm guessing that it will be something really awesome. It's a Funko Blindbox too, so fingers crossed. And let's get through both of these. So I really like Frankenstein. I like Frankenstein a lot. I've always loved Frankenstein, even when I was a little kid. When they had these little chapter book adaptations of the Universal Monsters series. It's fun. It's like this little YA series they used to do, and I think that's really great. It was a really fun series. And I'm glad I have this copy of it. My old copy was tattered and worn, so I got this kind of like really well kept mint copy. Because I really love the series, and I didn't put it in this kind of Mylar bag thing. It came in it, but I'm not going to take it out because you know what? It's nice to have a little keepsake. I also have the original published version of the novel, which is the unedited version. There's like two different editions of this. There's the original published version, and then there's the edited version that came out like 20 years after that kind of changed the tone and some of the character beats. I like both. I plan to get an edition of the second version, which is the most commonly published version, or was. Now it's the original version. That's the most commonly published version. I think they kind of flip back and forth between those every now and then. But I'm really excited to get that one too, because I think they both have a lot of bite. As for the movie itself and what this figure is based off of, I like the movie. I like the books better. It doesn't have the same amount of like depth or wealth of character as the books do. And I have to say, even though in the novel, the monster is this erudite, well-read, philosophical thinker, this is always what I've thought of that creature. Boris Karloff, he nailed it, and the movie, at the very least, understood the importance of making something incredibly iconic and memorable. So let's open this guy up here, and we get our first look. And you know what? Let's just kind of skip ahead to when I've already gotten this out of the package, just to make it a little more interesting. Alright, so now we got the creature out, and you know what? One thing I heard a lot about in other reviews is that the joints and the sort of like elbows and everything, knees, they're pretty solid, Like I don't have the whole NECA gonna pop off on 1 second thing. And for the most part, that's right. But they still feel really, really stiff. Like right there, I don't know, man. That doesn't seem very comforting to me. On this one, I can barely fucking move that. On this one, I can barely move it. I think I'm gonna need to go over this with a hairdryer or something. So just give me that luxury, and I'll get through all that right now. Alright, so I did some hair drying. Seems to be a little better now. Still can't really get the. Oh, that one's now on even keel. Yeah, that one's great. It's still very stiff. Yeah, you hear that kind of like groans into place. Trying to get it to stand up straight. I got it. And there he is in all his glory. And you know what? Honestly, slightly disappointed, but not more disappointed than I thought I would be. I mean, with NECA, you always know what you're getting into. Sometimes they make really great stuff, and sometimes they make just things that are just really precious feeling, you know, that they're going to like pop or explode at any second, like that. That's a sound that this shouldn't be making. And already, I don't know if you can see it, the elbows have already had a lot of paint chip. See, that's an entirely glossed piece of plastic right there. The entire paint over the elbow joint just kind of peeled off immediately after me just sort of like doing a whole 90-degree angle on it. I'm glad that's a dark piece of plastic, and this is wearing like a dark jacket. You can barely notice it, but if you look pretty closely, you can see all the jagged edges over where the paint used to be, and that's just really disappointing. And I wish this one, it doesn't really feel good to handle, you know? It doesn't. I'm even when you get it like situated on standing, it's I think it's just a little too bulky for its own good. I'm glad that does have the little platform shoes, because I think that does give it a little bit more sort of grounding for all of its weight. But I don't think it's gonna be something where you can have a lot of poses unless you have the hairdryer on ready or the heat gun on ready to just mold it wherever you need it to be. Because even here, the foot joint is like stuck to high heaven. Like there's no back and forth here. It's a tight bit amount of back, but I'm gonna bust the foot off if I did that. I can feel it right now. Slight forward. It does have a tilt to it, but that's about it. It is a fantastic likeness of Boris Karloff. I mean, that looks pretty great. I mean, I don't know what else there is to say. That's the real sort of hero here. That's the highlight here. And it does have this great kind of textured suit on. I think the paint looks amazing. But as a figure, I've had like maybe like 2 NECA figures already. I have the remake 2019 Ultimate Jason Voorhees and the recent movie Casey Jones from their TMNT movie line. And those feel really great. Like the Jason is kind of stiff, but even after going to heat gun for like just 10 seconds, 15 seconds, it feels great. Like the joints are very pliable. And the Casey Jones, there's no issue out the box. I mean, I run the heat gun with it for like 10 seconds and that's it. I never had to use the heat gun again. It kind of keeps, you know, feeling very kind of fresh and pliable. This thing is like a brick, all right? And even after going over it with like the hair dry and everything, it is just really stiff, which is great. I mean, that's Frankenstein's a stiff character. He's meant to be bulky and imposing and not really like fluid. I just wish this was for what it was. And I wish that the paint didn't, you know, continue to just crack. This is a really sore sight to see. Look at that. Like, yeah, I don't know. That's just disappointing. I'm going to need to do more to make it stand up just anywhere more stylistically. It does come with a bunch of different accessories. 2 other pairs of hands, the walking hand, and then some flower holding hands. You also get the requisite daisies and ankles, and 2 kinds of alternate heads. His snarling laughing head and his smirking laughing head. But honestly, I don't think I'm ever going to use those because his kind of monotone sort of like zombie face is And it's really the reason why you buy the figure. If I wanted like a laughing sort of Frankenstein monster head, I would get her in monster figure, and I wish that they would, because I would totally buy that in a second. I love monsters. But yeah, no, I mean, it's a great display piece. Like, I wish it was also like fun to handle, like the Jason and the Casey Jones, but it isn't. But it is a nice display piece, and like I said, I love Frankenstein. I love the books. I love the entire sort of IP of it. So getting the figure is more to me than just having like an action figure that I can use. It's like what I said a lot during these unboxings, like having a physical plastic totem to have of, you know, something that you really sort of care about, you know. And I care about Frankenstein, and I'm glad to have this. I just wish that it wasn't just like this solid static piece. It feels worse than McFarlane figure from the 90s. That's how bad this feels. But it really does look cool. So gotta give it that. And let's move on to part 2 of this unboxing, which is the Blindbox Funko Venomized figure. Which, you know, apparently it's part of a lot of like 12 different figures you can get. So you know what? Let's get this open. I guess I can do this on air right here. So how to do like a time lapse or anything like that. You know, small little blind box. Let's see. I wish that felt better, but whatever. Let's see. There we go. Are you supposed to like make a little house for the figure after you're done? Look at this. It's like 15 steps that didn't even matter. Right, nothing in there. Just a baggie with a figure. Oh my god, that's awesome. It's a Thanos Venom bobblehead. Are these all bobbleheads? Is that the entire gimmick of these things? It doesn't say on the packaging at all if these are bobbleheads. Is only the Thanos one a bobblehead? No, it doesn't say. None of them look like they're bobbleheads. Are they? I've had this like since May. I've had this for like 5 months. I had no idea it was a bobblehead. That's ridiculous. This is amazing. You know what? I would have been happy with any of these, honestly. Is this little effect piece removable? I mean, I guess if you wanted or wanted to really try, you could probably remove it. It doesn't seem like it's actually on there, like all that securely. But I don't want to break it because this is a really nice figure. There's nothing that can move on it. It's a solid static piece. The arms don't move. Only the head moves. It's a really effective bobble. You know, classic bobblehead. It's a great action there, and I really like it. So glad my friend got this for me, and you know what? It's really fun. I'm having lots of fun just seeing it wiggle and jiggle. It's awesome. I'm really glad. The other kind of venomized sort of, I guess, bobblehead figures you can get are Anti-Venom, Miles Morales, Captain America Venom, I think Scorpion Venom. I think that's Wolverine Venom, a Loki Venom, and Deadpool Venom, Thanos Venom, Hulk Venom, and I don't know what these other 3 are. I don't know what that one is. Is that would be like Captain Marvel? Maybe, because she has the already has the like little like mono stripe hair that she had once. I don't know what that one is, and I don't know what that one is. So, but yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. Out of the 2, I would say this one kind of kicks the ass of the NECA Frankenstein. Because look, it even stands up better than NECA Frankenstein does. I went over this before I opened the Venom with the hair dryer again, and it's still just too stiff. I can't really position it well. Okay, there, we got it. And I guess while we have this out, I guess I could try to get it in like the classic kind of pose. Give me 1 second. It looks awesome. It does look awesome. That's the big point of this. It looks great. The aesthetic is amazing. Figure wise, it could be so much better. But again, I really like it for what it is. Because I love Frankenstein. Like the sculpting on it is great, and I don't know what else to say about it. But I know they're making a NECA Dracula, and I know that's going to be the Bela Lugosi one. And props to Bela Lugosi. Hope all of his fans do it. I think the movie Dracula is a lot better than the movie of Frankenstein, but I really hope as an alternate head for the Dracula, they give the likeness of the Spanish Dracula, because they did the whole thing. It's a very famous anecdote where when they did the original black and white movie version of Dracula, they filmed a Spanish version concurrently, and I hope they give an alternate head for that actor. I think that'd be really awesome, but that's wishful thinking. So anyway, that's these two. Hope you had a great time watching me fumble around with these. There's so many videos about the NECA Frankenstein, so if you want to see like alternate heads on and alternate hands on, you can check those out. I will be putting some pictures of my own sort of mix and matches of those in the gallery coming up right next. So if you want to look at those, that'll be awesome. But I had fun unboxing these. I'm glad I have both of them, especially this one. It's great. And the reason I did an unboxing because the next 2 weeks are going to be really heavily intensive videos like I've been doing recently to round out this Halloween month. And I needed something to just be light and be fun and be easy to do. So that's what this one's all about. Hope you had a great time watching. Thank you so much. And yeah, like, subscribe, and comment below on what you think about these figures. If you're interested in any of these, which one you think is best, which one? The highly articulated collector's figure that costs like $30-40, or like the $10 bobblehead blind box item. Which one will win? I think it's going to be this one. So let me know where you voted below. So yeah, have a great week. See you again next time for the next Unsourced Wall presentation. So have a great one, and see you again next time.